Back due to nerdery.
It's a very good-looking monkey.
Oka Studios. Hey there. Sean Solo 8.
That monkey lizard right there?
Yeah, he's
Salacious.
Covering up her teeth.
Together, we're unstoppable. We are, of course, Freeman and Monkey Lizard, bringing out toys to play. That's right, Freeman and a Monkey Lizard, bringing out toys to play. Freeman and a Monkey Lizard.
Well, hello there, everyone.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
And of course, our banner today, if you saw it on Twitter, was, will one of these hosts be leaving? And as you can see, there's only 3 of us here.
He's gone already. He's gone. He's left us. He's gone and he's left us.
Let's introduce everybody, shall we?
Dropping in for an epic pose. It's not Iron Man. It's this action figure reviewer who knows how to pose his figures so eloquently that no one can even compare. You can't even believe that these are action figures. It's Sean Solo 8.
Sean Solo 8.
Woohoo! I like that every time.
It's Sean Solo 8, everyone.
So eloquently. He's so eloquent.
Yeah.
He's so eloquent until he goes off on a tangent conversation.
He's so
Yes.
eloquent.
Absolutely.
And in the other corner,
And a stranger to our world, making short videos on a daily basis, trying to build a strong community, reaching out and showing care to the community around him. It's the leader of the Quackian Monkey Lizard Army, Salacious Rum.
That's perfect.
there was a
Monkey
little
power.
bit of like too much at the end. I think I need to trim it.
I like that. I like Pilly Yum Yum's head on that gorilla.
Oh, you do? Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And that's Salacious Rum over here.
Oh, hello. Hello.
And
Me trying to create some drama,
Hey, Vern.
doing some stop motion just to pass the time, and of course, mix and matching my figures.
Come on, Vern, shake a leg.
It's Havern on Oka Studios.
anyways, everybody, welcome to the show. This is 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard. We are down 1 man, but he should be here shortly. And this is your stop for toy entertainment fun. We do Hasbro, Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, what's playing on TV, what's showing in the theaters, where you have to wear your mask for safety. But anyways, and what's streaming on HBO Max. You can find us on YouTube. We rotate each week between our channels, and we swap back and forth between Fridays and Saturdays.
Just to confuse you.
Just to throw everybody off a little bit. And then, let me get rid of that banner because... Oh, hold on. I'm going to throw this up there. This is if you wanted to subscribe to our channels.
That's right.
You can find our channels at these banners. I am going to try to leave everything up for more than 0.1 second this week, just to beat my record from last week. And
he swaps banners out like he swaps heads.
He
swaps banners out like he swaps heads.
Anyways, let's say hi to the folks in the chat, shall we? We got the Super Awesome Geek Show. He was actually waiting for us. He was in here way ahead of time.
Cool.
Yeah.
John.
G-Force. Hello.
G-Force.
G-Force. G-Units. G-Force.
Darth Rock.
Darth Rock.
Yeah. There's like a lizard in his little thing. I don't have that lizard on my... Or do I have a lizard emoji somewhere?
Yeah, you do. You just type in lizard and it magically appears.
Oh. I never typed that word.
What?
Darth Lakin. Brandon. Hey.
What's up, Brandon?
Brandon, Bassa.
See, G-Force is like singing along with the song and typing at the same time.
Well, he knows good music, doesn't he? He knows good tunes.
Some Jedi Trek.
Jedi Trek.
I know Jedi. Good Jedi.
It's been too long since
Too
yes,
long,
it has been
It's
too long.
Too long.
Red Ranger Chris. Hey Chris.
Chris.
What's
Hello,
up?
Chris. Hello, Chris.
MBX Films.
MBX.
What's going on?
He wants us to do a rap style theme song.
I got them. I could do that. I can rap.
Yeah.
I can rap.
Orlando.
What's up?
Orlando.
And saying hi to everybody. So
Orlando.
those are the people who were brave enough to say hello. And there's probably people watching that won't type anything.
Oh.
And we love you too. Thanks for joining us.
What are you drinking? What are you drinking, Sean? What are you drinking?
A nice cup of tea. My
Cup of
mom
tea.
brought some Tetley British blend, so
Tetley's.
Tetley's.
Yeah.
You got milk with it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like the
Semi-skimmed?
English way.
Semi-skimmed?
No, actually, I have whole milk in it, and it tastes just as good to me.
Wow, whole milk.
But it used to be 2%. My mother always yells at me, "You only drink 2% in your tea." But I grew up on tea, and then when I moved to the States, I started drinking Starbucks, and it's good to have tea again.
Are you dunking any biscuits, Sean? Are you dunking?
I do have digestive biscuits on the table.
Oh yeah, chocolate covered or normal?
Dark chocolate ones, which again were
Oh.
given to me by my mom. She gives me all this crap, anytime
Ver-
she sees it in the stores.
Does Vern know what a digestive biscuit is?
No.
I don't know, but I know he would love one. I try to share them with everybody I ever meet. I'm like, oh, my favorite is Jammy Dodgers from
Yeah.
my
Hey,
favorite.
let's say hi to Delvian Seek.
Hello, Delvia.
Hey, what's up?
Hello,
And look,
Delvia.
Dandy's in the house. Hey, Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Oh, Dan.
Aw, man,
Thank you,
come on.
Dan.
Thank you very
Good
much.
man.
Thank you,
Good
Dan.
man.
Dan,
All
thank
right.
you for my diorama as well. I love it. Thank you, Dan.
Oh my gosh.
I
guess
I love mine too.
I guess on this channel I said I would do head swaps, huh?
Head swaps. You want
Head swaps. Okay, I will think about what I'm gonna. Oh, I got the perfect idea for a head swap, maybe.
Go on and full screen it. Full screen him.
Okay, hold on.
Full screen him. Got to get his money. Got to get his money's worth. I like this one. I like this. I like this. I like this.
Yep, and Dan made that too. So
Yes, he did. That's why I put it up there. So I got this Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Pop that off.
So rough. He's so rough. He's rough and tough.
I got this Black Widow.
Oh, hold on. That ain't gonna work. You're not gonna do it, are you?
Am I not going to do what? That just looks weird, right?
yeah.
That would look weird.
Vern,
But-
what's going on?
But hold on.
Oh no,
Let me do
what's he
this.
doing?
What about something like that?
Ooh.
Mm,
Panther Widow? I don't know.
you know, if you were feeling a bit frisky, you know, and you wanted to be dominated by the Black Panther Widow.
I don't know. It was the closest figures I had to me.
It's not your best one, that Vern. It's not your best.
No, I know that. I knew I could get the heads off too.
It's not your best.
You know what? I wanted to do this earlier. Let me try this for a second.
Look at the intensity.
So
of
has
his
anybody
face.
watched Dexter season? What is it? Season 8? Well, the new Dexter.
Oh, Mira.
I'm just wondering if anybody has. That looks gorgeous, man.
That looks
Right?
all right. That looks
Yeah.
good.
And then we just do the opposite swap here, where you go, what if they did a replacement, right?
Ooh, I don't know about that next.
That next bit
Yeah.
odd, isn't it? That
Yeah,
next
it's a little
bit
tough,
odd.
but
Looks like a
Diane's all right.
llama.
Bit neat.
There you go.
That's
That's
yeah,
perfect.
That's
I like
better.
that.
All right.
That's better.
All righty. Look at that. Mark's here.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, what's up,
Hello,
Mark?
Shabby. Hello, Shabby. Hello. Yeah, I didn't notice any boob touching then. Did you, Sean?
No,
Did
I'm
you-
trying not to. I'm purposely trying not to. Oh, thank you, Dan. He's defending me. He says I know what I'm doing. I don't know about
Yeah.
that though. I'm not on this. Not on this one. I think I've been out of practice a little bit. I haven't actually swapped any heads recently.
He's doing it.
Oh, I guess Dan watched most of
Dexter?
Yeah. I absolutely love the season. It's just that last episode. I couldn't even sleep that night. It's
Really?
crazy. Yeah.
I only got
messed
about
me up.
halfway through so far, so I am gonna have to finish it off, I think.
It's fantastic. But now I appreciate the ending. Now that some
Okay.
days have gone past.
Okay, and you had a chance to think about it?
Yeah. Well, you just want more, forever.
Yeah.
Great show.
Never seen
Totally,
it. Never
totally
seen
get it.
Never
So,
seen it.
It's good.
Oh.
You should watch it. He saran wraps people just like you do.
So,
like who does?
You know how he saran wraps
Oh.
Bob?
Oh,
Well,
that's true, yeah.
chloroform or whatever.
Chloroforms them, yeah. Now, I didn't see any of the original Dexter, so we just picked up the new one just to see like how it was, and I felt like it was easy just to jump into the story.
That's what's good about it. Yeah, there's
that's
a lot of character and written really well.
Yeah. So that's
what channel's that on
that's
then?
good
What
plus.
channel's that on?
Showtime. But you can get the. I think you can binge it on Netflix because I showed just one episode to my buddy and he ended up binging it within like 2 days, all the seasons. It was crazy.
I think like now
good
that
it
they've
is.
all played, yeah, you can watch them all. I have
Oh,
Hulu.
yeah, that's how you do it. You'll get a month free, which is everybody gets a month free, just for signing up, and then you can binge all the seasons.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
All right, so
it's on Prime, Dan says too.
So I know
how are you
go
both
ahead.
doing? How are you both doing? How has your week's been? I haven't spoken to you since. How are you both
Hectic.
doing?
Stressful, man, for me.
Yeah.
It's been
I think almost everybody everybody I talk to is in the same, where it's just been like like a long week. Yeah, just a lot. I mean, after the holidays, it's always tough to pick up, right, where you left off.
Are you guys on lockdown, or was that still relaxed now? So,
Sean, you live in a state that's never on lockdown, right?
Yeah, no, movie theaters are open, and it's wonderful actually. But no, nothing is locked down. But like today at work, for example, I had a customer that was wearing a mask, so out of courtesy, I wore a mask too. It's just the way I roll, but most people don't in the stores or anywhere.
It's masks everywhere here. It's masks in schools and everything here.
Yeah, it's all masked up here too.
Full on masks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the schools are full open. Everything's normal. Like I might go see Scream tonight. That's how normal things are.
Supposed to be good. Supposed to be good. Supposed to be good. Supposed to be good.
But how about you, Vern? Everything is locked down, right?
No, we're pretty much everything's open. You just got to wear a mask everywhere out here.
How about you, Ron?
Yeah, we're not locked down, but it's masks, full on masks, and we're on to boosters and and they're encouraging everyone to get the third shot now. So
they already experimented the fourth in Israel. I think it's been a month now. So
man, they were one of the first countries to like seem like it was good to go at one point.
They're
right?
a month ahead of us. So if you search any statistics, they're basically the trial for the rest of the world, America and Britain. The rest of the world. It's pretty messed up, huh?
Yeah.
But also they locked down China. I don't know if you heard about that. 15 million people got locked down because the Olympics is coming. It's my tea's kicking in, Vern. But 15 million people got. Maybe I should do that. Drink some tea and start a show.
I had read an article where somebody got stuck at a blind date's house for the entire lockdown in China. It was a funny article, and they hated each other. Couldn't go anywhere. Yeah, I read that article. It was funny. I was like, oh my gosh, really? But hey, so here's what I want to do. I kind of want to talk about Book of Boba Fett. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah,
absolutely. I love it, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so I got a couple of things. I'm gonna pop them up. Now, one of the things that I did with the cards today when I was trying to promote was I was like showing a picture of I showed this picture. Hold on, I'm gonna share this. Let's see, share screen. I showed this picture. Can you guys see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, we are going to definitively kind of answer this question. So I've seen this question going around kind of a lot, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys think this is Star Wars?
I do, and I can explain why, but
Okay.
but I do.
Yeah, I'd
I'd
quite rather than salacious.
You got to leave
I'd
that
quite
up.
like
Go ahead and put
to-
that back up, bro.
I'd quite
I
like
want
to
to put
speak
another
on this as
picture
well.
up.
Okay.
I actually want to put another picture up. But go ahead and tell me why you think it's Star Wars.
Mostly because people love their vehicles. There's enthusiasts out there. I'm sure you've driven by where you see outside restaurants, especially here in America, where people have their cars and they're fully polished and they love them. And basically, you got to remember the empire has fallen. People can travel the galaxy now freely without, really being persecuted. And here's this young gang that are literally upgrading their body. I mean, we've seen it in, Ghost of the Shell, loads of things. And I think that whole idea is pretty darn cool. And not only that, the thing that I think bugs most people is that it does bring, representation to a lot of people that they can connect with. And I personally think it fits in just perfectly.
Yeah, I do
Because it is
too.
after the Empire. You got to remember, Vader and the Stormtroopers aren't going to come and round these kids up. They don't belong on Tatooine, they say. They belong, like this picture here, up on Coruscant. But
Well, that's the most that's the problem, I think, because
yeah, but why can't these kids move to Tatooine with their bikes? Why can't they? I don't understand.
I just
That makes no sense.
I think
There's no stormtroopers. Mando went to there. You know what
Listen,
I mean?
I
We've seen the
think that,
Lego
yeah,
like,
but it's
biggest
the
complaint
it's the outer rim. So I think the mistake
sorry.
the
Hey,
mistake.
don't worry. Screw Sean. Get him out of here with this bike by himself.
I think the mistake that has been made is Lucasfilm have got all of this artwork, all of these art designs. Doug Chang, and they've got mountains and mountains of concept designs, and they've got so much to choose from. And I think it's about making the right choices for the right moments.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
It wasn't the right moment, that's for sure.
Well, I think the mod design actually plays in really well with Lucas's love of 50s and 60s culture. Like in America, it was like the diner culture. In the UK, it was mods versus rockers.
Yeah, look at this.
And
this is from what, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, and that's just a rich person's car, basically.
They have Dex's diner. They have Dex's diner in it. The one I pick from.
Yeah. Which again is a profitable business that sells probably expensive food. So these kids saved up for these bikes, and it's their pride and joy.
Yeah, but if you just talk about the styling for now, because that's what some of the people are objecting to, the 50s styling in the first instance, it seemed a little bit out of place when we watched Attack of the Clones. It was slightly jarring.
Absolutely, I couldn't stand it.
Right, so this was the same. This is the same reaction people are having now.
Because you don't know where it's coming from.
Well, because it's because it's based on on real life designs, But it does speak to George Lucas's love of that car scene in the States and the mods versus rockers.
Yeah, well, that's how America looks today too. And there's enthusiasts out there that just polish their vehicles, and that's what these kids represent.
Right. So this is like a shot from American Graffiti or based on Mel's Drive-In.
Right.
And this is like one of George Lucas's films. This is Harrison Ford was one of the race car drivers or whatever. And they had these very nice older vehicles. They modified and
I've actually never seen the film. Yeah.
So it's a fantastic representation of what he grew up, because this is in the Central Valley. I grew up in the Central Valley, cruising on Friday and Saturday nights was
Modesto,
huge. Right? Yeah, Modesto. This was in Modesto, and I lived like 40 minutes from there. So like having your car, going out cruising, the whole thing, it was big. And even
I was in Sacramento for 4 years, so that's why probably we can understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, so so the design, you can understand the design, but I think the issue was, and the mistake they made was, I think they picked the wrong episode to use those
Yeah,
designs,
that's agreeable.
because this is Tatooine is supposed to be in the Outer Rim. It's in the back of Beyond. These guys were dressed to the nines. You aren't gonna whether they've
Yeah, but
traveled
why
there.
not? You know,
Well, because the practicalities of going to the Outer Rim, you're not gonna wear your best suit, are you? When
well,
you're
it's not really the
traveling?
Outer Rim. It's
Well, it
Tatooine. I
is.
mean, it's known across the galaxy. So many things have happened on this planet, and the Empire
No,
finally
Tatooine.
is.
No, Tatooine's in the back of Beyond. It's the Outer Rim. It's not the inner core.
Well,
It's the back of Beyond. It's the edge of. It's the west. It's the Wild West. Tatooine is the
yeah.
Wild West.
Well, we don't know nothing
So,
about these kids. They could be rebels that escaped from doing, you know, maybe some crime somewhere.
well, I
And they
just
came
think.
to this planet because they are criminals. They straight up stole the water
Yeah, I just
from
think. I just think Lucasfilm.
yeah, those kids are not
Could
from
have.
Tatooine, just like
Yeah,
Westro
exactly. So,
said.
I just think it would have been more
Definitely not.
sensible. It would have been more sensible to have held on to those designs and used them for example, would have been
Yeah.
perfect to see them in Coruscant. That would have been the
Sure.
Yeah.
ideal place,
But
an
I mean, we're
urban
used to,
environment, not
I think
you know,
it
well,
actually
it's
I think
different
it is a good time.
because we're used to seeing Mos Eisley,
Now,
right? Not Mos Espa.
yeah.
So Mos Espa, you saw it. It looks pretty sprawling, and there's
Yeah.
different areas. So I think that it's kind of what we haven't seen, but I think it's more of a modern style city. I mean, you saw the
no.
mayor's office.
Yeah,
and
and
the people
also,
working
yeah,
there.
exactly, the mayor's office, or that bar, you know, the cantina where
Yeah, I
Max is
mean,
playing now.
everybody in
You
there was
can't
like
say that's
dressed.
modern compared to like Coruscant and
No, but
and
I
the
mean,
core
these people,
worlds.
these
What they
kids,
have to work with.
yeah, these kids, even though they had their fancy speeders or whatever, which I think were a total nod back to that
And you know
American
they polished
Graffiti
them every
is,
day. Those things were
but
spotless
but
on
you know what,
purpose.
Drash, she had like the short sleeve, like kind of like a biker kind of look to me, and just a couple of them had like the nice dresses
Yep.
and stuff like that. But it was totally like,
Well,
if you
look at
look at
Lando, you know.
50s or that stray cat type, the stray cats, if you look at them and the way they would like dress, kind of like it, to me, that was the personification that I was getting, that whole
Yeah,
genre
Yeah,
feel
just
from
yeah.
but
that.
that's fine. That's fine.
And
But
I
if
think it
Yeah,
was
I think that's
perfect
fine.
for where they're at.
That's fine.
It doesn't fit into Star
I
Wars,
I
is what people were
I
thinking.
I wouldn't take my fair lady
Shiny
Z.
bike down there.
I wouldn't take my fair lady Z to Tatooine.
Mm,
I'd take my
no.
my Land Rover.
But it's
Yeah, but
possible because I live in a desert where it's 120 degrees most of the time, and they filmed Return of the Jedi here, blew up the
they
barge
took
and all
their
that stuff
star.
right here,
There's
and the
Did you
sand
see the
comes, and
Starliner? So the Starliner comes in. Who knows who's coming to Mos Espa? You know what I mean?
oh,
It
it's
just
actually a
seems like,
massive city. Yeah, we've seen it
yeah,
what 10 times
it's
from
just huge.
the
I mean, you saw it. So it's a
yeah.
big city. It's a draw for Tatooine,
It's
right?
growing. It's probably
Like,
like Vegas, huh? If you think about it,
that's
the
what
middle
I'm
of
I
nowhere,
imagining. Yeah,
no, I
and
don't.
it's
we just
growing
haven't,
and growing and growing.
I don't see
because
Tatooine as Vegas.
yeah,
No.
No,
maybe Mos
Mos
Eisley or
Espa,
some of these other
yeah,
places, but
is like
this one
Vegas.
city, which has been now 3 different factions have taken over, and who knows what kind of businesses they're
Oh,
running
it's
there.
gonna
You know
get
what I
good,
mean?
man. We are gonna
It's
see
drawing
Boba
that.
screw some shit up because remember in the trailer we see him walking up in his Sand People outfit, walking to Jabba's palace. So I think he's gonna have some kind of confrontation with Bib Fortuna, find out where his gear is. We're gonna see Mando and what's that guy's name? Cobb Vanth or something.
Yeah, Cobb Vanth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're about to hit some levels on this show that are just dynamite, and I'm so excited. And for people to get upset about these speeder bikes, I think it's just crazy
No, I don't
because
think
they didn't do. It's
I
like
don't.
Luke, how can you
I
say what they did with Luke Skywalker? That was disrespectful and did not fit in Star Wars, and it pisses me off. These bikes, I'll
People
take
are
them
very
all day.
upset about it.
I
Yeah.
think most people. I actually think most people can see the design lineage. It's just you
In
can't
Favreau, we
deny.
trust. Yeah.
You can't deny that It was
They're not from
jarring.
Tatooine.
It was jarring to see
It
them in
was.
Tatooine.
And
You
when I
would not
seen it, I
expect.
thought, "Oh man,
It is the
okay.
Outer Rim.
I gotta
No,
open my
Rick.
mind
It
and
is
see
the.
why
It
they did
is.
it."
Sorry, Rick. It is a spaceport, but it is the Outer Rim.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, but what's
But it's
happening
from a
on that
distance.
Outer Rim? I mean, there's people. I mean, like, there's obviously money there because you saw how much money they put in Fett's helmet when he went in there. So there's
Absolutely.
money, and they had
Another
all those
point.
rich people, and these
Yeah.
guys are just trying to like blend up.
I
You know
don't
what I
think
mean?
you can claim that Tatooine is a
They're trying to
rich
start a
planet.
new life. The Empire's gone. You got to remember, they would have been recruited as stormtroopers, these kids. These kids are rebelling. It's kind of like a time in America. I'm sure that's probably what they wanted to represent, where, the youth are just, they're free to do what they want at this point. Vader's dead. The Empire's gone. They're literally showing you with the stormtrooper helmets, putting the spikes in that it's a time of revolution. And that's why these kids on the speeder bikes are there. I don't want to say
Yeah.
revolution. What's a good word, but
No, yeah, but hold on a second.
Mhm.
It's the kids would be attracted. Bright light syndrome. The kids go to the big cities, so they'd be going to Coruscant. They wouldn't be going to Tatooine.
Yeah,
So-
No,
you're
that's
right.
not-
No, guys,
I don't.
listen.
Hold on.
That's
I
another
don't think that's
point.
true because
It is true.
there's too much law and
It is a
order on
point.
Coruscant.
What?
Exactly. Yeah, and
There's-
they want to
yeah.
start fresh and do something. They could go out there. Maybe one of those kids said, "Hey, we can go out there because I know when I
Listen.
was that age, we could start a business. We could sell coffees. We could do this." And
We saw
Are you-
Anakin building a
is
pod racer when he was a kid on Tatooine, right? These guys
Yeah.
may have been born there and don't have a way off the planet, but this is what they can do.
they saved up all their money for the bikes or something like that, and imported the bikes like some people do.
I mean,
knows?
you can write you can try and cobble your way out of it by
Oh,
writing
well,
some kind of.
They do
but
have the
it doesn't-
massive where they Max
there's-
Rebo played, right? You can go get a woman basically there, and you know that. You can get a guy,
What? What's
you can
that
get a
got to do
tweak
with it?
guy. So
What's
people
that
had
got to
money
do
there.
with
So why couldn't there be a bike shop? Some dude
What
opened
the
up a
hell?
shop selling.
There is there are speeder squads
Yep.
on Tatooine.
And you got to
but they're-
remember, they're like, well, the land speeder was dirty and stuff like that. Well, Luke was a farmer, man, and they were
Sean.
literally buying junk off of Jawas. to
Sean,
keep
there
things
are
afloat.
speeders. There are speeders on Tatooine, but they're like you don't take your Lamborghini to Tatooine. You take your Land Rover. That's why.
They told-
Not if
That's the
that's all
bit-
you got.
Look, they
What
That goes
they
back
ma-
to the car club where
Listen,
people
I will
polish
tell
their
you, when
cars
the-
every day. That's all they
when the
got. They pay
Empire
rent,
was-
don't have a
hold on,
mortgage,
when
but
the-
they pay all the
when-
money for this car.
Yeah, so this one is people on Tatooine scrape out a living. That's what we always knew. They don't fit in. I
Yeah.
semi agree with
Very
that, and that's
totally
what
good
kind of what
point. Yeah,
that's
That's
kind of
totally
what
clear. How
thing.
you can argue
Mhm.
against that
Hold
is
on.
like
You
nonsensical.
Because we're
argue
not
with it.
talking about
But there's a lot
under
of
the
buts.
Empire what happened before. We're talking about
Yes,
after
absolutely.
Vader's death, and where are we now? It's like been
The
10
Empire
years
literally
since,
killed
Return of the
Luke's
Jedi.
The
aunt and
Empire,
uncle.
is still around. So
Yeah, but you have all these
They
you
burned
have all
it.
these
we're only 5
organizations
years after
moving
Return of
in,
the Jedi. I mean,
and this is
Tatooine
Mos
is not
Espa.
Tatooine has not changed that much in 5 years. So
Yeah,
I
I
don't
believe it
know
has.
if that is it 5 years because
5 to 10
they were
years.
literally
10.
putting stormtrooper helmets on those spikes in that scene where we're
Exactly,
introduced to the Vipers.
exactly. And we've already seen the Empire is still there in the Mandalorian. So it's not that long after the Empire.
Yeah.
God's sake.
Well, the Empire probably don't care about Tatooine. Why do they
Yeah,
want Tatooine?
exactly.
That's probably why there's gang
Listen,
wars and all this stuff going on there.
If you did a poll,
I think these guys
if you-
know what they're
if you-
doing. I trust Favreau. And
if you
Filoni
did a
on this one.
poll, all I'm saying is, if you did a poll of how many people found the designs to be in the wrong
they were
place,
hideous. I hated them.
That's not the
I
point I'm
did,
making either.
but I understand.
What? You're flip flopping all over the place. You just said you love them.
No, you have
and they were the
to
right-
agree and come together. But like on The Last Jedi, there's no coming together on that. There's just
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just
you know what I
saying,
mean?
just Sean. Oh, I will move on. I'm just saying, I can see
This is
the
nothing
design.
like that.
I can see the design lineage, but I
Yeah.
think they misused. They used
Would
it in the wrong
would you
episode.
buy a toy of it?
For
Would you
sure.
I would buy the figure.
For
of
sure,
her,
but I
wouldn't
put-
buy that.
But I would put.
don't think.
But I'd put them in my Coruscant diorama, not
No,
my.
I'm totally like after the show trying to figure out how do I make one of those for a character or a figure. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
It would look
It's
cool.
a Deuce
What's up,
Nerdery
dude?
coming audio.
Coming in hot. No, it's actually Qui-Gon Jinn is here. to settle things.
That's his thumbnail. We're arguing about the Vespa.
I don't
Yeah, I
know
hope
what
people
I
are
actually,
liking it.
I actually
you
don't
know.
even know
Let's
what
pump the
Sean's
chat up. Is
position is.
everybody having fun?
don't
Us
even know
yelling
what
at
Sean's.
each other
I don't
and
even know
cutting
what
everybody
Sean's.
Let me
off
go
all
back.
the time.
I'm gonna go through some of the chat. Okay.
I don't even know what Sean's position is, Sean. You've got.
It's
No,
like,
me
hold on.
personally, I am absolutely in love with the Book
Left
of Boba
Coast
Fett.
loves
I've watched
Fett
every
crew.
episode 3 times. I woke up at 6 in the morning. I went to bed. I didn't see any spoilers. I didn't know how anybody felt. And when the Book of Boba Fett left, I was absolutely excited for
I
next
love
week.
it too, but
I
that's
cannot
got
wait.
nothing to do with
Rick
what we were
says,
talking
rad,
about. You can
very
love it
Star
and still
Warsy.
think
Yeah.
the designs were.
I don't
Right.
think the bikes fit, and I don't like them. I
Right.
personally wouldn't buy it.
Crazy
There we
Eight
go.
I think the
here. Hey,
cyborg
Crazy Eight.
crew and the whole
Space
idea,
mods.
them loving their bikes, I think that's an awesome idea, and I think that's an
Yeah.
idea that
Was a
George
mod for a
Lucas
while,
would have
so I
came up
get
with.
it.
Yes,
I
but
really do think that.
Yeah, so we were in agreement then, Sean. We're in
Yeah,
agreement.
I guess Connor doesn't like us yelling. So Team
So
Ron.
G-Force is saying instead of modding for looks, they need to work on the performance of those hover rounds. I'm guessing what you're saying is you didn't think it looked very realistic.
No, it was kind of bad CGI. I enjoyed it though, and it only
The
lasted
aesthetics
only
of them
2
look
minutes.
out of place. So
Right,
Connor thinks they're
that's
out of
it.
place for. I totally disagree.
Yeah.
I think
I think they look out of
this
place,
is the problem.
but I
you
like
kept
what they're going to do
talking,
because
so
now we're
nobody
used
can
to
get
it.
a virgin edgewise. And
I'll
I'm
just
telling
shut
you,
up.
they're
I gotta
totally
train
fit.
myself. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm a car
not you,
salesman.
Sean.
I don't know if anybody
Salacious-
knows, but this is
Salacious
what I
was
have to do for a living.
Was more
So.
interested in hearing his own thoughts.
Vern, go on, explain. Vern, explain to us how shiny Vespas fit on a desert planet. Then, go on, I can't wait for this.
I grew up
gotta
in
keep my phone there.
Hold on, I grew up in the San Joaquin Valley, right? So that's the Central Valley. I grew up like 40 minutes from Modesto, and as a kid growing up, we didn't have very much, right? But like I had friends that would get like an old Camaro from a wreck yard. And, we might spend a summer like making it look super nice so we could go out and go cruising like on Fridays and Saturdays. And to me, that's exactly what they're saying. You got these kids who are living in this area. They don't have very much, but that's what they're putting their interest into.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. They're going to be stylish as much as they can.
Yeah.
They're going to be the cool kids. And they're going to totally put their blue and red Vespas out there.
No one's disagreed.
And then they see this dude come up with a jetpack.
It does not fit Tatooine, though.
Yes,
it does not fit.
This is what I'm just comparing. I'm telling you, Tatooine is like the Central Valley.
Get out of here.
Yo, yeah, go the Central Valley, California. Go there. There's nothing
just because it's
there.
warm. Just because it's warm. Tatooine is like Tatooine.
It's like Vegas.
It's nothing like
100 years ago
or anything like that.
100 years ago.
Listen, if you go to Modesto, right? Well, I'm going to tell you, you go to Modesto, the tallest building there is maybe like 6 stories, and it's like one building in the middle of the town.
Absolutely.
Everything else is like a 2 or 3 story building.
Well, I can
metropolis.
So I can say this I think with a degree of certainty. I don't think Tatooine was based on where you grew up.
Oh,
when they designed
think you're wrong. I think you're wrong.
I think it was based.
Listen, if you go up to the Central Valley where they have all the farms and the cattle lands, right? It's flat. And when you look at Tatooine and it's flat and it has those like water vaporizers there, you can be driving through these like farm areas, exactly where Lucas was getting his inspiration from, and see these miles and miles of just flat land with these like things that look like the water vaporizers sticking up, and they're all part of like the farms and stuff like that that are out there.
Yeah, but that's your archetypal.
That's what it looks
like. So storytelling is
based on. Oh, don't yell.
Storytelling is based on archetypes.
That's right.
So storytelling.
I think he got a lot of the visual inspiration from that whole area in Northern California.
Yeah, 100 years ago.
Not 100 years ago, like 40
years ago.
It was still
in the wild,
like that
in
when
the
I
wild,
was there in the 80s.
In the Wild West, there was no concrete roads. There was no,
all will be explained.
So it's based on archetypes, isn't it? So when you think of Tatooine, you think of an old Western movie, not of a mod.
No, because it's
well, I'm sorry.
An old Western where spaceships flying?
I think most people watching Tatooine, think of it as an old Western
Sure,
archetype.
most people think of it like that, but
Yes.
there's spaceships that fly in there with people and
A space
Space
hovering
Force.
cars.
Han
Space
Solo
Western.
literally went there.
A
Why
space
was Han
Western,
Solo
for
there when he
goddamn
shot
it.
Greedo? Do we even know why Han Solo was there when he shot Greedo? Probably because
Listen.
of Jabba, right?
Listen,
But
He
he
was
was there
smuggling.
looking
He
for
was
work.
smuggling. He
It's
was
like
smuggling.
a taxi. It's a massive city. He
even in-
taxied Luke Skywalker and Ben Kenobi to the Death Star.
let me tell you something. Have you
It's
ever
the
seen a
Wild West.
Western?
They were
Hold on.
smuggling.
Yes.
They're smuggling.
Salacious, I want to.
Yep, which is why
negate
these
your
biker
Western
kids
feel.
fit in so perfectly. They could
Have you
go
ever
in
seen a
undercover
Western?
down there
What?
with the love of their bikes, just like Vern was
You
just
guys are
saying.
Have
crazy.
you ever seen the Three Amigos?
Yes.
Okay, so kind of like the idea of a Western, and when
No.
they rode in on their horses, they weren't just plain horses.
Right.
They
I
were
think
all decked
Good, the
out.
Bad, and the Ugly is what I think of.
But you
Not
got
the
all these
Three
Westerns
Amigos.
where like one guy rides in, he's got his super fancy, super nice horse.
Yeah, but it
And
would
you're
be
gonna
like
tell me
it would be
doesn't
it would
fit-
be a Range
doesn't
Rover
fit
or,
out
or
here
it
in
would be yeah it would
Tucson,
be
where
it would
Billy
be
the
a
Kid's sitting
yeah
out
it would
there
be
at the
it
open-
would be it would be a souped up Land Rover.
Actually, these bikes,
Not a
man, I
Vespa.
watched
No.
on purpose on my
They would
second
be
viewing to
Vespas,
see
that's
what they
what they
could do.
call
But
them.
they
They
were
would not
going
be-
up steps. They were launching.
No,
These are like
you would
brick
not.
bikes.
You would not. Yeah, it would be a dirt bike. It would be a souped up dirt bike or a Land Rover or a Jeep or
Yeah,
a
they were
buggy.
souped up dirt bikes.
It would
That's
not
exactly
be a
what they were.
Vespa. It would
It's
not
a
be a
Vespa. It's
Vespa.
exactly what it is.
It would
They're
not be a
hipsters.
Vespa.
Wow.
They're
Yeah,
hipsters.
you expect to see him in
Hey,
Tatooine
what's
in the
up, dude?
city, not in a bloody Western.
Oh,
I
so
don't know
what's that?
anyone else that holds that view, so I think you're in the minority position.
Well, that's because people don't understand Star Wars.
Yeah, I didn't like the wing mirrors either. That kind of is weird, but you know what? It's all gonna grow on me.
Oh my God.
In fact, there's a few things. Oh, the
There's
Naboo
1,
ship.
3.
When I first seen that in Star Wars, I was like, that does not fit in. What the hell is George Lucas thinking? This big old silver thing, and then the toy was on the shelf. I think I bought all of the figures, but I never bought that ship. 'Cause it
What
was
the
so
hell is Rick
freaking ugly.
talking about? Tatooine is in the outer
He's in
rim.
total agreement with me that it was awesome. They're a total fit. These guys are like right on. Everything fits. There's
a spaceport in every
you
bloody
guys are
planet,
just like looking.
and Tatooine is in the outer rim, not at the inner.
Listen.
Go and look at the Star Wars bloody maps, for God's sake.
The Altered Kids were fine. Here's my one complaint about the entire episode. When Drash walked up to stab Kersantin, she used her right hand, but her left hand has the
Cybernetic
bionic.
shit.
So if she would have stabbed him with that arm, it would have been way more powerful.
Huh.
And people were saying that fight was too weak. And you know, the first time I seen it, I do wish they would have had a blaster fight and stuff.
Sure.
And they didn't. But the second time, man, he literally smacked Boba, and Boba flipped and landed like on the other side of the room.
I'm telling you, man.
It was badass.
Listen, the one thing that I got out of that fight that I thought was like fantastic was that crew jumped in.
Yeah, I thought
So
that's another thing that I love.
Yeah.
These kids, man, you know, they were waiting for this fight. You know,
Yeah,
they're
proving that they're an asset.
I tell you
my
what,
mind.
there is no way that those kids could go up against Black Chrysanthemum. Man,
they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. They teamed up as a team and handle it.
Yeah, the only reason they won is because they had that Rancor pit.
Yeah, absolutely. He fell in the hole.
Yeah, I
think
I don't think he got the credit he should. I think they've underplayed his character there.
I think we're going to see
Connor's
more
saying
of him.
don't back Rum. So hey, dude. So he's basically saying don't back Rum's idea. I think.
I think I'm the only one talking sense here.
No, I understand completely where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I do.
So,
I just think give it time and you'll see. Hopefully, just like
listen, it's not about disliking the show. I love the show. I'm just making the point of the fact that a lot of people found the bikes jarring. You can't deny that that's not the case, and they would have been better. It would have been more sensible to have used those designs
Connor
on another planet.
Gave us a thumbs down.
Yeah, because don't equate being critical of a design choice with not liking the show.
Yeah,
so
if you ever come to California, I'm going to take you to the Central Valley.
Great. It's Fine.
Hey, Steve.
Fine.
Yep, Vern, if you ever come to Michigan, I'll take you to the middle ass of the state that no one ever wants to go to too.
And they'll be, hey, and if you do, I bet you there's a fancy car there.
So may I say something? A few things?
Yes.
In Attack of the Clones, the diner and the sports car, the classic 50s sports cars that they used to, right, pull you out of the movie in a sense. And I get that.
They did.
I get that feedback because it is like, I remember in Attack of the Clones, when you're in the diner, it looks like a 50s diner, and it is out of place in the Star Wars universe. And I felt the same way in that car chase when after they tried to kill Padme, whatever, I forget her name, the
changeling,
right? And so they hop in the car, and Obi-Wan and Anakin are driving, and it looks like a 50s roadster, right? So, but that is in Star Wars, and that comes from George Lucas because he loves that era of automobiles.
Absolutely nailed it, dude.
For sure.
So wait, so I do agree that it pulls you out. And I remember in Attack of the Clones specifically that pulling me out. And of course, being in my 20s, I was a bit more hot-headed, and I was like, what the hell is, now when I'm older, I appreciate that the maker was injecting things that he loved from his youth into the movie for us to experience and see. And so when I see that on Tatooine, I do agree that it's visually jarring, but it is still within the spirit of George Lucas and Star Wars. And it is still within the confines of good storytelling. And I think putting it in there is an homage to George Lucas. And
nobody's disagreed with that.
No, but I'm just saying my point on it. So, but I think the other thing with
he's explaining how we feel in a professional way.
But I think the other thing with it too is it was a nice homage to Back to the Future, like, because that was a complete that was the exact same chase scene as we saw in Back to the Future too.
Yes, but
right. So again, now, do I think that the episode might have been better if those scooters looked a little more Star Wars-ish?
Yeah, dirty.
That's not what we're debating, actually.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if we want to split hairs and get, like, you could dive as deep as you want into
that's
this.
Right? That's not what we're debating, dude. That's not what we're debating.
Well, I just showed up. I'm very sorry. We've
agreed.
I love Boba Fett, but I do understand that can pull you a little bit out of the Star Wars universe. But
but we've agreed. We've agreed that the styling is in the universe. That's not what we're debating.
He's debating that. He's saying that it doesn't belong in Tatooine.
It doesn't belong in Tatooine. It's in the wrong planet.
And my
Coruscant,
defense is,
we've seen it on Coruscant. We've seen that design on
my defense is it does fit for Mos Espa because it's a growing kind of criminal organization city where you're going to.
And we're all missing out on the most Vespa pun. I mean, my God, it's most Vespa, right? I mean, but here's the thing: you can pick anything to nitpick in certain things, right? And to me, this show has brought me so much joy, and I love a tale of personal growth and development. And I think a lot of people thought we were going to see a bounty of the week with Boba Fett. This week, he's going to kill this person. This week, and you know what? I'm so glad that that's not what the show is. That it's about
me too.
a man rebirthing himself and going on a journey of evolution and development. And I think it's touching. It really is like the Dances with Wolves, where he's part of the tribe, and then he's going to evolve from it. And honestly, I cannot wait for the justice that's coming in the next episode, man, because I am a sucker for movies about dispensing justice.
I think
he is going to be on a mission of vengeance.
Listen, I tell you,
not wait.
I think that it's going to be maybe not the next episode, but maybe the last 3 or last 2 episodes where it's just going to be nonstop, right? And I'm imagining by like the last episode, part of it is him riding that Rancor into a battle.
Dude, we all know it's going to happen. Like it's going to happen. There's no way they tease the Rancor without that. And I cannot wait. I mean, dude, how epic is that going to be?
Yeah, you got to remember, he straight walked into Jabba's palace and just shot Bib Fortuna, no questions asked. Yep. So we're going to be seeing something. Hold on.
So So, do we think we're going to see
Hey, Nick.
anybody, any from other familiar faces from any of the movies in this series?
So, dude, any bounty hunter could pop up. Cad Bane could pop. I mean, any of that could pop up. I think.
So
you know?
I'm speculating: are we going to see Kira in this?
Potentially, because of all the
eventually.
syndicates. I think that. Yeah, I think there's potential.
Maybe not in this series, but eventually, because this is all going to tie into other series, isn't it? So
if you look at her IMDb, it shows that she's rumored to be in some sort of a Marvel Disney Plus show, and I'm wondering if that was like to throw everybody off.
No, she's in Secret Invasion.
Yeah, but suppose so IMDb it says rumored, but I'm wondering if
it's confirmed. No, she's confirmed to be in Secret Invasion, and so they haven't said what role yet, but the rumor is she's the Skrull Queen. Which
I just saw rumors.
That would be
today,
cool.
So
that would be cool.
Because I think she's a wonderful actress, wonderful
Hey,
actress.
Maria.
She would be amazing as the Skrull Queen, because that is a really meaty role. That's a really cool role.
I'm just imagining.
Yeah, I think it's got to come full circle with Maul, and you have Maul, you have
Kira's
Kira.
going to come back.
Yeah, I think they're going to bring everyone in and involve it. I think it's going to be really cool. Yeah, Dangar.
I think that's her goal too.
I mean, any of these could show up. Now, here's the other thing I thought with the Black Chrysanthemum fight. If he wanted to, legitimately, there wouldn't have even. He could have just killed Boba in the back to tank.
Right. Right.
I don't think he wanted to kill Boba. I don't, because if you have read the comics, they have a friendship, a genuine friendship. They've worked together. They respect each other. So I think that the fight scene was the way it was because he didn't want to kill him. I genuinely believe that.
I think he wanted to try to
dude, because Boba spared him and they have that friendship, he's going to come back, and it's going.
I don't think.
I
don't think. Do you think they're going to keep the canon? Because it doesn't look like they knew each other in this. I know they do in the comics, but
the comics are canon. They've
retconned the comics so many times, dude.
No, but I mean, like the recent comics from 6 months ago.
They've retconned the recent comics so
have
many
they
times.
Really?
Yes, they have.
I think they're gonna. We haven't seen what happened in the comics yet. Is my guess, maybe.
Yeah, I think that might be Sean. Might be
Darth Vader 1 was obviously around the time of Darth Vader, so
that was.
Dude, no, they just did an entire massive arc called War of the Bounty Hunters. That is a massive tie-in. That is hardcore canon where the two of them were together.
They were together in Darth Vader episode 1, comic 1, dude, which was obviously predates this episode, so they've retconned the comics so many times. It didn't look like they knew each other in this episode.
No, they did.
Well, he knew about him.
He said no hard feelings. At the end, he's like, no hard feelings, pal.
Yeah.
Like they nodded at each other. He
even gave him advice about don't take bounties from certain people.
Yeah, he was like, you send a gladiator that kills people in his sleep.
Yeah, the comics are canon, but they've retconned them.
I'm definitely.
Yeah, I totally think
they've changed.
He understands the world of bounty hunting, so he knew that it wasn't like a personal attack on him.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I think that's how they play. But he definitely, I think, will be back to help out Fett.
Guys, read if you have Marvel Unlimited, read War of the Bounty Hunters, the whole arc. It's exceptional, and they introduce some new characters into it, and it involves Kira, it involves Crimson Dawn. So I mean, I think if you read that, it'll give you some more insight into the whole bounty hunter thing that they're exploring with this show.
So I would like to answer Brandon's question. When did they retcon the recent comics? Since that was Salacious's claim, that was when they decided that those Vespas did not fit on Tatooine.
I'm just gonna call it Moses Vespa.
I think these two are crazy. These two are crazy. I don't think teaching in American schools is quite up to it.
Oh, I totally agree with you. 20 years ago, they dismantled our education system on purpose. We're dumber than ever, dude. I don't disagree with that.
So I did that custom. Well, I can't even find it now. My custom.
I think those of us that were schooled in England can.
I went to private school, so I am private school educated. Pinky up in the air with that. Say that.
I don't have
You know,
anything in there.
here's the fun thing is the show brought me tremendous joy, and there's some little things to nitpick, but I think if I nitpick it, then I'm taking away my joy, and I don't want to do that. The show's just brought me so much joy that I'm okay with a few flaws. I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah, I'm loving it, but I was blown away by episode 2. I think it's
Episode
okay.
2 was great, dude. Episode 3 was so good, man. So good.
I walked away from episode 3 going,
Really?
Problematic. Yeah.
See, I like
Yeah,
the
I'm
story
looking.
of because everything Boba is doing is about earning respect and trust, not fear. And I love that kind of tale of redemption. And I honestly I can't wait for the vengeance. Like I cannot wait for what he does after what happened in the Tuscan village.
No, I think I can see where they're going with the overall archetypal story arc. You can kind of see where they're going with it. I just think they've made something. I love that figure, Vern.
What I
Just made-
realized though is I need to add some like kind of dreads onto them. So I'll probably.
By the way, once Hasbro reveals that figure, it's gonna be $45, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be a deluxe. I don't care.
I've just ordered one from Boba Luga Customs.
Oh, the guy on Instagram that made the 3D printed 3.5 inch.
I don't know if he's 3D printed, but they do custom figures. They've done some amazing ones.
2 men, 1 chair, and a monkey lizard.
So check out. I want to say the name right. I think
Danny
it's Boba
Trejo.
Luga.
Yeah, Danny Trejo. That was cool seeing that. I like that whole thing with the Rancor because it goes back to Moochie from Bad, right? That Rancors can bond with the humanoid and they're passive unless attacked. I think that's so neat that they're integrating that into the story, and it makes sense now why the Rancor keeper was crying in Jedi because he had a relationship with that animal.
That's
the
what he
Rancor could be a Trojan horse, but it.
Listen, so I want to say something. So the Pike were spice smugglers, right? And Tatooine, there's a shortage of water, so left coast of sand is all about the water. So are we watching Dune?
Yes, basically.
I haven't seen Dune.
Yeah, basically.
Well, so much of Star Wars, I mean, was borrowed from Dune. We know this.
Right. Yeah.
We know this.
So sorry, can I just? I didn't get a chance. So I was sort of saying, BabalugaStudios.com. Check those guys out.
It's a 3 1/4 inch, right? It looks like the retro.
Yeah,
version.
It's a retro style.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah,
man.
$40 shipped to US, $10 for international shipping.
So did you send it here first?
So check those guys out. They're awesome.
No, because I think I say Tatooine. But I don't know what it is. Oh my gosh. Is that right? So who would win in a fight?
Well,
between
also
Chewbacca?
another point, Eric. Another
go
point
ahead.
that Eric brought up about Malakili is it added so much character to Malakili of why he cried when the Rancor died, because supposedly they're very emotional creatures and they have bonds with their owners, but that's why he
someone
cried.
just said that like 3 minutes earlier.
Oh, did they?
Did you see
do you
this
think he'll eat anyone?
video? Did you see this YouTube video that somebody did? It was like how he ends up finding the Rancor. It's like some kid who has a bad home life and he's going off and he ends up in some cave and he finds a Rancor when he's little and he raises them.
Oh, really?
You don't know that's what he's doing in this cave, but eventually he leads his like folks in there or whatever, the caretakers. It's crazy.
Oh, never heard that.
It's on YouTube. I don't know how it just popped up one day and I was like,
do you guys not think that this was a little bit too convenient and that this Rancor might turn on them, because it seems a bit odd the way that the Hutts gave up their territory so quickly for the Pikes.
I think that they're
Yeah.
trying to create a war. And
My
if you
butt hurt.
notice that Boba Fett told them, if you give up your rights to the claim on this land, and they didn't do it. So I think what they're hoping is that these two groups will go out at each other. Boba
Yeah.
Fett or one of them will come out on top, and then they're going to come back. So I think season
Absolutely.
2 will be the
Yep.
Hutts coming back to try to take over.
It's going to
Yeah.
be so good. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm loving every minute of it. I am.
I don't
It is-
think the Hutt
I am
dreams
too,
are
man.
ours.
I'm so grateful for this show.
So am I.
It's not. I didn't know what it was going to be, but I love what it is, and
Yeah.
I love the arc and the development and
Those Tusken Raiders, man.
the
How cool
dude.
was
The
that?
Tusken Raiders were incredible. I can't wait for figures
Oh,
of them. And
yeah,
and,
I did
and I
see one
totally think the
video.
female's still alive because we didn't see
Yes, that's what I heard in a video. Her
Yeah,
body was
that's-
there.
she's
That's what-
got to be alive, and her and Boba are going to do some kind of team up and just mess up that biker gang.
That's why I
Totally.
didn't like it. That's why I didn't like about this episode, because they'd set up the Tuscan scenario.
Well, let me ask you this: do you
So-
guys think that the show would have
Well, it's
flowed
showing
better if
us-
they just did chronological instead of flashbacks? Like if they
Yeah.
just started when he came out of the
No,
Sarlacc, proceeded, and then went through that way versus the flashback?
No, because
That
I
some
think
people
the
said
Like,
they
flashback-
should
I don't have a
flashbacks
preference.
later.
I'm just wondering what you guys think and what
Listen.
you guys watching think. Would you rather it be chronological or do you like the flashbacks?
So one of the complaints that I
Flashbackers.
always hear, that I've been hearing about the show, is that Boba Fett's not like a badass, that he's not like, that he's given everybody like a break,
Mm.
right? So I don't think you could do this like chronological with that, because I think he's taking something from what happened to him all those years in the desert,
Yes.
and that's what's kind of changed him. And then
Yeah.
Right,
he's ultimately
100%.
gonna, yeah.
His
So I
time with
his
the
think that's-
family,
is
the
with-
Tuscans,
dude,
his
the-
second
the
family
whole-
slaughtered.
So
Well,
it's
dude,
important
the
to
whole
see
thing
him.
with him punching through the sand was it was just a metaphor of his
Yeah.
rebirth. Like
Right.
he was
So-
stripped of his armor, right? Stripped of his armor.
Yeah,
He had to get
exactly.
his. So it's a whole metaphor for him being
So-
a
so I
rebirth
don't
and
think-
an evolution of the character.
I don't think chronological
Word
works
up.
because we're seeing him go through a change now, which is related to a change that he already went through. And then he's going to have to come to some realization that he changed too much or something like that, where he's going to have to like come to odds with what he learned and who he, to get to where he needs to be. So there's
Mm.
going to be like an internal struggle for him. That's what I think
Yeah.
this is all about. So that's why I think it'll only work with a flashback.
Yeah, Eric
And
brought
this-
up another good point too.
What is it? This one?
Yeah, that's a really good possibility.
Yeah, probably, because I think that they knew Boba Fett was there to collect the money, and they had like a hit squad go out there and take him out.
Yeah.
And you know what? They walked in single file line to hide their numbers.
Hmm.
I'm so grateful for this show. It's just
Yeah.
brought me a lot of joy. It gives me something to look forward to. I actually woke up on Wednesday at 6 a.m. and watched it before I worked all day. Like I was
That's
so
what I
excited
did,
to
yeah.
see it. And I'm yeah, man.
Well, we
It's
haven't seen the whole thing yet, have we? We need to.
Yeah.
We need
4
to,
more episodes, guys.
JT says that the
Basically,
Rancor is a
full
Trojan
movies
horse.
to go.
It could be. I don't think so, but I think that's a fair theory. Total fair theory.
I hope we get a new Rancor. So let's talk about that really quick. Would you buy the
Okay, let's-
Rancor
Yes,
if
let's
it
do
came
that.
with this new character? And say like, who would be the next throw-in? You think?
Well, that's the thing is, I would have bought it
Danny
without this new
Trejo.
character, right?
Yeah.
But I think that like, so I started thinking back about the HasLab. So I believe like Hasbro knew that there was going to be, Disney was probably
should've
telling them
waited
now's
for
the
the show.
time to release the HasLab because there's going to be a tie-in
should've
with this new thing. So everybody's going to be stoked that they got it, right?
Well, think about it. Now you
But they couldn't
re-release
say
it.
anything.
You give Danny Trejo. You give characters from Book of Boba that are the unlocks, right? And then you give like an actual like set piece behind it. So their greed and rush to make money at year end cost all of us that Rancor.
absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Because
Absolutely
it was an
right.
underwhelming offering for too much money, and the unlocks were no one
Yeah.
wanted.
And they
so-
knew they had
what they
people
should have
liking
done,
them, and they
I'll
probably
tell you
thought
what,
everybody was going to.
What they should have done is today they should have had a HasLab announcement for the Boba Fett Rancor with his Rancor that has the goggles on it. It's his Rancor.
That could have been- those could have been additions, yeah.
And everybody would, if you priced it right and had good accessories and you unveil the unlocks all at once, dude, I mean, you would have been a shut up and take my money and funded
It would break the internet.
It would have broke records.
Right now, I think would be the perfect time to be launching that original HasLab, and I think that they could like be printing their own money because it was you're right, completely ill-timed, poor stretch goals. I mean, we've already like
we already beat
into
this.
the dust, right? But
it's
the
beating a dead bantha at this point. I mean,
classic
I'd like
example.
to hear what the chat thinks on a scale of 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think are the chances that they'll relaunch the HasLab for the Rancor?
Not in the HasLab.
I'm saying a 9. Yeah, I think
maybe not as a HasLab,
no,
but
it'll be an off-the-shelf one now. They're not going to redo the HasLab for the Rancor because.
Dude, I'll take an off-the-shelf one for 100. I'll take an off-the-shelf for 100. That's fine.
So Hasbro is a classic example there of
zero.
the right creative choice and the poor strategy, the poor deployment strategy. You can bet your bottom dollar there was some executive there that intervened and said, "Well, it's a good idea, but we want to bump up our back end. We want to back end." And just stay in your lane. That the bloody what a cock up, a massive cock up from Hasbro there.
Did you see that behind the scenes yet on Disney Plus of the Black Series? And they actually show them making Fennec Shan, like the mold on the computer and the design, and they also show Boba Fett Deluxe. And they show the guys' offices. That Eric guy that had the Rancor and was posing them. It's pretty good. It's like 20 minutes long. It's on Disney Gallery, it's called.
So I think what's going to happen is we're going to get this size Rancor, which is the one that's designed for the 3.75. And if you look at the scaling of this is the one I've done all of my pictures with
new articulation.
It's pretty much the right scale for what they got.
So it looks it looks like a teenage juvenile Rancor.
Yeah, it looks like the calf.
Perfect.
So I think what you'll see is you'll probably see this in a store with the Danny Trejo figure or whatever, and it'll be $300.
Ooh, I won't. No, if it's 100, I'm not doing 300 for that.
Yeah, but
they're not going to do. They're not going to do $300 again because that clearly didn't work.
I would buy it for that.
Yeah, well, with the figure, and the reason I say that is because secondhand, like I got this at Goodwill, but like secondhand, if you go on eBay or whatever, that's pretty much what you're going to have to pay to get this.
Could you imagine that massive?
What's that? Sorry.
What?
£300.
Yeah.
Not for a Rancor.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, how much was the Falcon?
$399.
I think the market's already said no to $300.
And it came with two figures.
That was the HasLab cost.
Sure,
so
but
the market's already said that's too.
But that one was fully articulable. This one won't have the same articulation, of course, that HasLab's going to have. This is going to be like
a soft mold. Don't you think you're going to want to use that mold that they spent money on?
No, they're going to use this mold, which they already have cranked out.
That's what I'm saying. They can shrink that mold and use the mold they spent money on. I think $100 is the bang zone for that, for like a juvenile size Rancor.
Yeah, that's too cheap, I think.
Yeah, but I think that's not. I mean, considering how much they launched stuff, now
if they repacked what Vern
was
showed,
125.
Yeah, well, I mean, even 125
place at 50 something.
Yeah, that's more like $150, $150.
Yeah, this is way more detail and stuff than that Tanta playset or whatever that you have to buy multiples of just to complete a hallway. So if you're getting this piece right here, I think that they're going to charge like similar to the Falcon.
They will definitely bring the Rancor back because they always recycle designs they've got, but they're not going to do it in a HasLab.
Are you telling me they repack, repaint, and re-release figures? No way.
But they will probably want to do it in a way that they don't lose face, so it'll probably be on the shelf. And you're right. The next one will probably be 3.75 scale.
All right. Yeah. But I think everybody, there are a lot of people that are in agreement that that's not coming out as a HasLab again.
No.
Yeah.
That's done.
I wonder if Bob Iger knows what Hasbro is doing and the kind of money Hasbro could be making for Star Wars. Because imagine if they filled the shelves.
That's the problem.
I think they're probably happy. they're probably happy with the
what
Hasbro's
they got.
making
They're probably like, oh,
bang.
that's a great amount of
Hasbro's
money, and
making
they
bang
don't
money.
think.
That's...
I bet there's nobody saying you could make that 10 times amount because they could. You know, it's
but
crazy.
I think they told Bob Iger, hey, we're just going to crank out this Boba Fett that we've released like 3 times already, and we'll just make a boatload of money on it and just give
and
you.
He says, somebody needs to tell him. I think maybe we all need to get
Bob
together on
Iger
Twitter
hasn't been
and
the
just make
CEO
it.
of Disney for a year and a half. It's
Oh
Bob
yeah,
Iger.
well,
that guy is the
dude?
biggest piece of crap corporate goon on the face of the earth, and I hope he rots in hell. He's destroying.
Snap! He closed George Lucas. That's what pisses me off.
He is destroying.
But we wouldn't have the Book of Boba Fett.
It makes me furious.
Yeah,
furious.
he closed. He straight salesman George Lucas into selling that. You know, he took him to dinner. He planted seeds. He did all this shit. And then he closed the deal and threw his story away.
Can we talk about boobies now, please? Can we talk about boobies now, please? Because
what was it going to be about?
Who's seen Peacemaker? Who's seen? Have you guys seen Peacemaker yet?
Somebody did. Hold on, somebody in the audience.
No, we don't get.
Have you guys seen Peacemaker yet?
We don't get HBO over here. Is it on HBO? Is it on
no, it was all Dexter.
I haven't had a chance.
Is it on HBO?
Oh my god, you guys got to watch. It is so good. I literally, it's a 10 out of 10. It is so good. I cannot.
I was
floored by it. What is the story about? I know he's a superhero and it's some famous dude, right?
John Cena.
John Cena.
Mark Wahlberg.
So he's kind of like he's like a vigilante, and one of the quotes, like right at the beginning of the show, is, "I'll kill as many people as I can to bring peace to this country." Like so he's like an anti-hero, but as
let me put this up there.
The character development.
Can you read that comment?
The character development.
No spoilers.
Is amazing.
Yeah, no spoilers.
No, I'm not giving any spoilers. I'm just kind of. But
what's happening tomorrow? What's happening tomorrow?
He hasn't seen it yet.
So I haven't seen it.
So anyways,
but you
guys,
don't care about spoilers.
Watch it this week.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, if you can, guys, watch it this week because I'd love to talk to you about it next week because I genuinely, that is my new favorite show. I love that show. And John Cena floored me with how good.
Why are you talking about John Cena? Isn't Mark Wahlberg the Peacemaker?
Now let me ask you this: can I watch that with my 14-year-old daughter?
It's not Mark Wahlberg.
Do not watch with your children. Okay. Oh my God! Do not Oh my God! No. No, I'm not even watching that with Mrs. Dude.
I thought it was George Clooney was the Peacemaker.
So it's something I got to watch in bed late at night.
You have to, dude. There is nudity.
Okay.
The language.
Are there boobies, dudes? Are there boobies?
Yes.
You won't be able to watch it.
Dude, they showed. I'm not even getting. Yes, do not watch with your children.
Okay, thanks for that.
Would be honestly, it would be the most awkward, cringe dad moment of all time. You watch that show with your kids. Oh no,
Okay.
Oh,
now, how about
not a family show?
I am going to try to watch Eternals because I keep hearing conflicting things.
I watched it yesterday.
Oh, the dude said a 3 out of 10. What do you say,
10, man? Awful.
And Ron, what do you guys say?
Okay, so with the Eternals, I will give you my candid review.
Here we go.
I was disappointed with its beginning. I was disappointed with the middle, and I was okay with the end of the movie.
All right.
So
if I had to rate, I had to rate the sections, right, I would say the first part of the movie was like a 2 out of 10. The middle part of the movie was like a 2.5 out of 10, and then the last part of the movie was maybe a 5 or a 6.
Damn, that's bad.
I thought. We got to talk about this next week because there's so many logic flaws in this movie. It was like hurting my brain watching it.
I'm going to watch it this week.
It honestly, if you think of every MCU movie, and none of there's varying degrees of greatness within them, and there's some MCU movies better than others, right? But they all work. This movie, if I did not know this was in the MCU, this is not an MCU movie. It is not up to the quality of writing or character development of any MCU. It is by far the worst MCU movie I have seen. It's not even close. But I will say this: it was beautifully filmed. It is gorgeous.
It was just too busy.
Yeah, I
appreciate
what it was.
That.
So maybe I'll
there's no character
choreographed. Really, the fight scenes were choreographed, I think, fairly decently. Yeah. But I think that there were just too many characters walking over each other, and then some of the sub stories just didn't in my mind,
There
to
was
be
no
it's such a
character
big,
development.
it's such a. They're trying to tell.
So I agree with this.
Yeah, I agree with what Eric says. Kingo, give me more Kingo and his valet. He was the best part of that movie. Anytime he was on screen, I immediately lit up. Like, he was the MVP of that movie, and his valet is amazing, dude. Best part of the movie. And Gemma Chan. Like, I could just watch Gemma Chan read the dictionary. Like, she is like
so the thing
amazing.
with the thing with the Eternals, I think, is that because it's such a
Kamal's in Kenobi? That's awesome. Sorry, I didn't know that.
You want me to mute him, Salacious?
No, it's fine. He gets excited. I think it could work, but I think not in one film. I think this is probably
Would have been a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, I think so, because there are so many huge stories there, and to be fair, in terms of the character development, there were story arcs for a lot of them, but they weren't given enough time to play. No, so what I mean is there was something. There was a story for each character. There just wasn't any time to tell the story. So all of them had something, but there was no opportunity for it to play out. And plus, there are so many great big themes that influence the overall Marvel Cinematic Universe. What I'm wondering is if Kevin Feige sat there with his writers, all of the phases thus far have had an overarching story arc. Where is this story arc going? What are they trying to tell now over the next set of movies and stories? Like, where is it going? It's like they went all the way back to the beginning, to one of the early parts of the cinema.
Think about all the things that you have now. You have and again, I haven't seen Spidey yet. We're going on Sunday to see Spidey, so please, I got earmuffs for Spidey. But like, you have the multiverse, right, which is heavily in the comics. Now you're getting into the Skrulls and Secret Invasion.
That
So
seems to be a different arc, though. The
right,
Skrull,
but I mean, all these are coming at the same time. You have the Skrull Secret Invasion arc, you have the multiverse arc, and now you're getting into what I call like the Midnight Suns, which is going to be Moon Knight and Ghost Rider and Werewolf by Night and Blade and the Black Knight, right?
But then there's also Galactus and the Cosmos. So it's like there are like
there's like four different things going on. At the same time.
Too many. It's like, what's the overarching?
Well, and then we got the
mutants.
At some point, the mutants have to come, but the mutants will come, I think, through the multiverse. Like, something will happen with that.
Salacious, I'm going to tell you what the overarching theme here is:
money.
Your money going to them.
Yeah. Just a lot. There's a lot, isn't there?
They just said, how can we print money?
Yeah. There's just a lot, isn't there? You know, now there's a lot of story potential.
I will say this
going on.
I will say this about the Eternals. I think it's good to watch it because it has layers of things that are going to be prevalent in forthcoming movies. So it's good to see that. And there's definitely things in there from the comics that I know are going to have, like, and I don't want to talk, because next week after Sean sees it, I'll say a couple of these because I don't want to ruin it. But like, there's a couple things that they planted that are going to be very cool, but I don't need any more Eternals. I'm good. Like, if you want to have a couple of the characters show up in the MCU, whatever, I don't need another Eternals movie. It should have been a 6 to 8 show arc.
Now, have you bought any of the figures?
If I see Gemma Chan on sale, I will 100%.
That's what I'm doing too.
Buy that, but I have no interest in. I have no interest in any of those figures.
I have that one, the Salma Hayek figure, and Angelina Jolie's.
Of course you do.
And she's sold out.
Is it all? Are these all rubbed off already?
Yeah.
No, but listen, I'm saying this, like, I like Gemma Chan. Wow. I mean, I'm just like, even Mrs. Dude was like, wow, you really like. I'm like, yeah, I kind of.
Actually, I thought she was one of the weakest. She was one of the weak. She was one of the weakest characters, though. I thought actually
she was one of the weakest. I'm just saying Gemma Chan. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm just saying Gemma Chan is amazing.
Yeah, she totally is.
You guys know she was Minerva in Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that.
So her range, dude, and I thought she nailed Minerva. Like, because
Yeah,
I
so
thought she
did I.
was
That was
awesome
cool.
as Minerva, and I was
Yeah.
pissed when they killed her because Minerva in the comics is one of Captain Marvel's, like, it's like a constant. That's one of her main villains,
But she can
they
come back.
cheapened Minerva. So hopefully hopefully
But
she's
her and Icarus, I didn't buy that. There was no chemistry there at all.
No,
you know,
no, it was like they woke up. They woke
buy it.
up. No, this is what happened. They wake him up, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Icarus. Hi, I'm Cersei. I love you."
Yeah, I know.
Like,
It was
wait,
like,
you just met.
yeah. So
No spoilers. Sorry, Sean.
that needed
He
time to
gave away
flesh
half the
out.
movie right there.
That needed time
I've heard
to
about
flesh
that
out a
part.
relationship there, didn't it? To be honest,
I am excited. I'll tell you what I'm most excited coming out of this movie though is the Black Knight. Yeah, I don't know if you have you guys ever read those comics, Dane Whitman, Black Knight comics. Incredible, dude. So the sword he has takes the soul of people he kills. So it's like a payment. And it, dude, it gets heavier the more life he takes with it. It's an awesome comics. I highly recommend reading them.
it's not Excalibur. It's not Excalibur, is it?
It's not. It's its own. It's different.
But
It was created by Merlin. So
supposed
the sword was created by Merlin.
Yes.
As well, but the Whitman family was lied to about the toll it takes of them because
it's supposedly was for the pure of heart, but it's not. Only the corrupt can wield it, and then it changes you. It makes you more.
So the cool thing is
I was just going to say, and so I read that that they could be tempted to retcon Merlin as an early Sorcerer Supreme.
Maybe.
You know, as a way of, you know.
Yeah, but the coolest thing about that sword is on it. It says, "Death is my reward."
Yeah,
it means like the tax from carrying the sword and all the lives you take with it. Your reward is death because you're finally free of the sword. I think it's such a cool concept, man. Cool. I'm excited, and Jon Snow is perfect for that part. I think I'm so excited for it. But think about what we're getting. We're gonna get Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Blade, Black Knight, and then hopefully at some point we get Cosmic Ghost Rider. And if we get Cosmic Ghost Rider, it's got to be Nicolas Cage, just fully crazed out, because Cosmic Ghost Rider is insane. And so, who better to play a Cosmic Ghost Rider than Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, he would look the role crazy, man.
And I bet he would really love it if they asked him.
I'm sure that
some of these other movies
probably take little. Right?
He could literally stop doing the 500 movies that he makes every year.
Hey, Palpatine, 1975. I hope so.
All right, do you guys?
I passed on. Yeah, I did. We're doing pickups.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Show me the pickups. Show me the pickups. Show me the pickups.
That was great.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to go first? Not everybody at once, please. Here you go, Sean. You said you were ready.
I didn't pick up nothing this week except for today. So first I got this cool shirt for $9. Look at that.
Nice.
It's a Target. Yeah, so I'll be sporting that 1 week. I thought it was cool too. Massive fan of the movie. Yep. And then I picked up this cool figure, man. But Friday the 13th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and look, you can see his bones and ribs.
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's cool.
But I couldn't resist. And there's like a chain on his neck.
Yeah.
And I have a Freddy Krueger, so I figured my first NECA video might be like Freddy versus Jason.
Yes.
That would be kind of cool. And so, but yeah, pretty darn neat. Really stoked.
Nice.
But that's all I got this week.
Very nice.
All right, who wants to go next?
I only have one thing, so if I can. You guys want a little what's in the box?
Yeah.
My lone pickup for the week.
Ooh,
Fantastic
Ooh.
Four.
I'm sure we've seen
A
you open this
double.
before.
Yeah.
So what I actually appreciate that there's bubble wrap around the figure. Like it came, like look at that. It came bubble wrapped with that on there. And the box is actually a fitting box. I'm actually pretty impressed from Amazon.
Wow. I'm really impressed,
Yes, I
too.
have opened this, but because I opened it, I wanted to have one in card because the wall, as you guys, that wall right there is where that table is where Galactus is going to go once he comes. And then I'm going to have all the Fantastic Four cards up behind him on that
Oh,
one.
it'll look sick.
So yeah, man, here, this is really cool. This is like a sealed bubble wrap. I'm impressed. So, but these cards are, wow, dude, that's mint. Nice. Look at that. This is a great, if you don't have this figure, by the way, this is a High Evolutionary.
Very
An
nice.
awesome figure.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Very good. Very good. Very nice.
That's my lone pickup for the week.
Very good.
Cool.
Very good. Very good.
Salacious?
Yeah, I can't remember whether we've shown. I just forget all the time what we've shown. Have you seen my throne?
Oh, that's cool.
No, but that looks really cool.
So obviously Dan sent me the Jabba's throne, and then then the Boba throne is from Rebel Bases on Instagram,
Nice.
Sam, and which I think is awesome. So the monkey lizards are taking over, and then he also sent me this little diorama piece, which I think is supposed to be some Jedi crystals. So I need to get like a Jedi monkey lizard, that like a Padawan monkey
that
lizard.
would be cool.
Padawan monkey lizard that's
have him in a pose with a lightsaber would be really cool.
Yeah, but look at that! Look at that monkey lizard.
How are you gonna get one of those? Maybe you can customize one, Vern, like chop the legs and re-glue them.
No, they're releasing that pack from the Disney, right? That has the little
articulated one.
And you could just throw like a cloak on them and give them like a lightsaber or something like that.
Sick.
Yes. I do actually have a Darth Maul crumb that Dengar Dave made for me a couple of years ago. He said he's black with he's red with black tattoos all over him. So that was cool. I'm loving these little mini Lego sets. So this was cheap on Amazon, but it's obviously the Mandalore Showdown, which I thought was really cool.
I keep picking them up in the store. They do have some dynamite, good value ones,
I think Lego have been really clever because they've downscaled the size of their sets. They're doing a lot more of these mini dioramas. They're very affordable.
Yeah, basically that's what they are, little mini dioramas, huh?
Yeah. So that's cool.
I love that they come with the minifigures, and it's crazy how valuable those minifigures are.
Check out this guy.
Oh, that one's really cool.
Oh, what is that?
It's that Superman.
This is Superman.
Holy
this is
snipes, but what kind of Superman?
I don't know the comic, but it's this. It's energized, unchained armor. Superman.
This is the Unchained.
Cool figure. Holy cow, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just thought, God, he looks so badass.
Yeah, right.
So this was from Amazon. I think it was. These are such good value if you wait a little bit. I think this was £16 on Amazon. So gobbled him up. I thought he was cool. You'll like this one. You've obviously got this dude, but I mean, on the game,
he's really cool.
He's a cool figure, man.
He's cool.
Hey, take that data pad and give it to Tony Stank.
Yeah.
Here, he looks really cool with it. I'll show you. Oh, I did
now,
not.
Is that Scientist Supreme or is that the Army Builder one?
Isn't that sweet?
Dude, who's that figure?
That's Tony Stank.
Oh,
that's
Scientist.
So this figure is the Marvel Unlimited exclusive figure from like 3-4 years ago. So he comes in. So this is MCU Tony Stark with the hot rod red shirt and then gold tie.
Okay. It's supposed to look like Tony Stark, but doesn't.
Yeah, the face is not, not great, but it's a cool figure. But what I'm going to do is I have all the other Tony Stark heads. So I'm going to put one of the more modern Robert Downey ones on it, but then the data pad looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, finally got a record.
huh?
Finally got a record.
Oh, you finally got a
I mean,
record. Nice.
Such a good figure.
Took such a long time to come, but yeah, I love the helmet. The helmet's cool, isn't it?
And such an epic character too. I think the next season they said is like 26 episodes or something crazy.
Wow, that's
Are you
gonna be amazing.
serious?
Yeah, it's a big number. I'm not sure.
Whoa,
how
that's
many
like
for sure, but
Clone Wars level.
yeah.
And fair play to Tamara Morrison. He's such a great actor. I hope he gets to play multiple clones over the next
Yes.
I know.
5 years.
People are
Dude,
already
You know?
begging for old
Come on,
Rex.
Cody
See
has
what
to show
happens.
up in Obi-Wan, right?
Yeah.
And I would love to see Rex in old
Yeah.
Rex in live action.
Cody could show up in Obi-Wan. That's insane. Never thought
Okay,
about
so
that.
what's in the box?
Well, what's in the box? This is from Hasbro Pulse, so I think I know what it is. Do you want me to open it?
Yeah. By the way, here's High Evolutionary out of box. Handsome fella.
Oh, you already? Oh, you had him.
No,
open.
no, I had opened him before. Yeah.
Great Scott.
I'm not
Pretty
sure
sure
if
I
it's
know.
26 episodes. I could be wrong. But I knew it was a big number, and I was shocked and excited.
If Wrecker
actually.
has been to Mos Eisley, he probably rode on a red Vespa.
He probably went on. He went to Most Vespa.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. Little army builders.
So Hasbro Pulse. Have you guys got these yet?
No, I
I
haven't
watched
ordered them.
Boss Bounty's review today on that.
So the ones I couldn't get, I've ordered the Shore Troopers as well. I could not get the Stormtroopers; they just went and gone. So here's the box, vintage collection. Pretty simple box, really. So look at the back. Nice artwork, pretty simple. That's a bit of tape. So obviously this will go in the Tantive playset.
Yeah, the face molds on them are incredible.
This is what it looks like. So, did you guys get the Tantive playset?
I
No.
did, yeah. I haven't opened
not
it
a-
though.
I'm not a big vintage collector, so
Yeah, that playset looks incredible. Man. It
Whoa.
really does.
Look at all the little bits. Look,
What happened?
Wow.
Oh, weapons.
weapons.
You
Yeah,
got
I
any
don't-
data pads in there?
To TVC.
that is a total no
Look at the
frills
helmets.
setup. Are all the faces like different? Is that what the deal is?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
Pretty nice. Is there? Oh yeah, there's. I was just seeing if there's elbow articulation. There is.
Yeah, why do they picture so many of them on the box, but they only put 4 in there? Is it because there are 9 different options?
I don't think so. Just get his hat. I won't take all the bits out. Put his hat on. There you go. There you go. Pretty cool.
Yep, you can see him shooting down the hallway with Darth Vader coming in.
The
Pretty
thing
cool.
that annoys me about these packs is they're army builders, but they're bloody hard to get. The bloody Stormtrooper one sold out instantly, and they limit how many you can buy as well. So what's the point of that? What's the point of limiting army builder packs?
It's the entire cantina setup again, where you need all of 2 of them to like complete it, but you could only buy 1.
Yeah.
All right, so here's my pickups.
Oh yeah, cool.
Oh,
SH
yes.
Figure Arts, Black Widow, and as Sean would say, there's a review on my
Do you
channel.
mind telling me how much are the
Uh-huh.
SH? How much
And
is
it's a
that
good
figure?
review, yeah.
I don't have any.
pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered this one, so it was a little bit more than I'd like to admit to.
Can we get a side by side with the? Can we get a side by side with the?
But I mean,
Marvel
are those types of figures a lot more than the Legends? A little bit?
Yeah,
or...
about 5 times.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy
Okay.
shit! Okay, I didn't.
Do you
realize
have
that.
the Infinity War one by
Oh,
any chance?
Um,
or no? You have the knockoff Infinity War one, huh?
No,
Sean,
I have
I bet you're all over that.
this
Sean,
is not
aren't
a knockoff one.
Yeah. That's what I think I want the
Oh.
blonde one.
Yeah, so I have this one. So the 3 I have are the white.
Oh, so
suit
the blonde
from-
one isn't a knockoff. And do you have
No,
a
it's-
review of her?
I
your channel?
got a knockoff one that was in the black suit, and I just don't know what I did with it because it
Do you
just
have a
looks
review
awful.
on the blonde one?
No, because it was I got it in an
well, that's what
open
I
lot.
need.
I got it in a lot. And this is the other Black Widow movie version that I had. The first one that came out for the Black Widow movie, and then this is the one that they just came out with.
Amazing.
Yeah, this one by far is like my favorite.
Yeah, I ordered my first Spider-Man. I shared it with you guys in chat, but can't wait for that.
Oh,
This is the Super 7
nice.
Snake Eyes.
I like
beautiful.
that. Yeah,
I think it looks really cool.
I like
Now,
that.
did you put it in that case? Or?
Yeah. I got these for Christmas.
Okay.
So I can start. I'm keeping all my vintage collection like this. Because I just love the cards.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Then,
no, that's so Super 7 are doing. Are they the O-ring style?
I have no idea because I'm not going to open it. I don't think so. No, they look like the Kenner. They look like Kenner. With the you see where the legs? Can you see?
Oh, 5 POA, yeah.
Yeah, they're like 5 POA. But I just love that it's on this like cover, right? I just think it looks fantastic. And this is the other version of that Superman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is so what's the story behind that one? Do you know? That is such a cool.
No, I'll tell you
want
what.
to send him links. They got lots of those. You can go.
I got this because it reminds me so much of like the Ultraman and those types of
it looks like Ultraman,
Japanese superhero type characters. That's why I got this figure. I didn't know anything about it. I don't really care. I just thought he just looked so cool. It was like a homage to that type of design that I just loved it so much. And the colors, they just pop on this one. But that one that Salacious has looks really cool too, and I think if I see that in the store, that's gonna probably come home with me too.
Yeah, I might look. I think I want that one as well now.
Yeah, Steve-O pretty much just nailed it. That's exactly what happened. You know?
Oh, we're not back on this, are we?
That's a good point, though. That's a good point.
Maybe we should read it so our podcast can hear it.
I think
this is a good show today. I'm sure it's good.
I think the point I was trying to make was like I've got a couple of cars, and one of them I would not take to the countryside.
Oh yeah.
One of them I would take to the city. It's like you pick the right vehicle for the environment you're going in, don't you? So that's why it looks.
Not all of us can have like 6 or 7 cars. I mean.
So no, when you put it that way, Salacious, that makes way more sense than you saying they just look out of place, right?
Well,
like you're not going to go to the farm and sow your fields in a Mercedes.
That's what I was been saying all along. That's why.
That's not how you said it.
No, that is well.
And part of the problem is they're actually in town. And then the mayor's car, that guy, that was a pretty nice speeder he had. It had all the like decked out stuff on the sides and stuff. So he was trying to.
It's not like they're cruising out there.
I don't
with
know.
The Tuscans.
I don't know. It was like Luke's speeder, that one. I thought
they had music blaring.
Maybe it was Luke's speeder and it was just modified.
It looked the same as Luke's speeder. It did
look like Luke's speeder a little.
It didn't look like a good one. I mean, if an 18-year-old farm boy's got that speeder, I don't think it's a BMW.
Do you think like Chewbacca could take Chrysanthemum in a fight?
Oh, I think Chrysanthemum's a badass, and I think
it would be a good fight. It would come down to luck, I think.
He's got like he had like metal injected into his like hands and these hot cybernetic. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of think he didn't quite live up to his reputation in this episode.
All right, so our card that we put out was we're going to definitively decide that they were a total fit, or we were going to put all the debating to bed. So we've all decided they're a perfect fit.
I think
they belong on Tattooing.
I think we need to wait till all the episodes are done and then fairly judge it from there.
Yep. That's right. I agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it was startling. You have to agree on that, but it's completely understandable.
and it's within precedence that's already been set within Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it's not, the whole thing of Disney-ifying Star Wars, they've done some awful things with Star Wars, but that is already precedence within Star Wars to be done. So that's really not a Disney Star Wars thing.
No, and I don't think that's the debate, because we've seen it in Attack of the Clones. We've seen that styling before, that's an homage to George Lucas, isn't it? And his love of,
Will Fett's Vespa be like carbonized green? Like this carbonized figure. That would be something, right?
We're going to Moss Vespa and Boba Fett'spa.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody calls them, right? I just didn't like the when I started seeing everybody comparing them to like the Power Rangers. I thought that was kind of funny, because I thought that was a little bit off. They were actually,
that is off.
I think the Back to the Future is
but
more,
I see where they're coming from.
So they did
and the only thing is the colorful bikes. That's the only thing.
So I'm going to put this up there. This is from the Hollywood Reporter.
This is a meme. Have you got a meme for us?
No, it's so this is I just cut this from an article, and they were saying and this is from when she said, hopefully pointing out that some of the Star Wars history, noting that this is a real homage to things that George Lucas created, whether
Correct.
It was mods from the 60s, right? So this is what she's saying about those speeders in the show.
Yeah, there was one Star Wars YouTube channel, which I'm not going to name, but they totally missed this. They totally did not get it. That they did not understand that this is this design is mod culture from Italian bikes brought over to England in the late 50s, early 60s. They did not get it. But it's very clear. This was a George Lucas influenced decision. These designs, and we've seen it. We've seen Dex's Diner.
And this was
Texas
Morrison's
Diner's
reply, right?
Yes, yeah.
He says, as performers, they can't say, "Hey, we don't want to work with these people. That's not good enough." But he thinks they brought a lot of color to it, and he says they were great. So, and I did too. And I think everybody who's been rating the show, I say 7 or higher or whatever, kind of agrees that it's enjoyable.
I'm very, very much enjoying the show.
Yeah, so I think they're totally hitting it, and even if it's not the backstory you wanted for Boba Fett at this point, it's nice to get it.
I tell you one thing I hope that they don't. One thing I hope that they sort out, because episode 2 for me was
it would make his Lego set. That's a great point. Sorry.
Episode 2 was so good for me. And I loved the whole DMT trip, the whole acid trip.
The spiritual, the walkabout.
Yeah, and the water and the desert, and then the tree of life, and it was
awesome
almost
symbolism.
Yeah, it was almost like the Tuscan way of tapping into the Force, like it's a different way of.
Yes.
So what I hope that they don't, because it was jarring for me to see the Tuscans just destroyed like that. Because at the end of the last episode, they were doing the Maori dance around the fire, and it was like
I'll be back, guys. Sorry, I gotta.
Boba has found his family and has got he's now got his tribe. And it was like, okay, he's going to walk into Mos Eisley now, a lone man, but knowing he's got the backup of he's got an army out there. The desert, right. The desert is the army, just like in June. The desert. So I hope
his dad get beheaded. You know what I mean? And then he was orphaned, and he's been on his own, right? And then this is a rebirth from him into a family, and that's
I know.
It's like you felt that. I was like, man. And I called it. It was coming. Like we knew that was coming, right? As part of the arc. But man, that I like when a show makes you feel something. You know what I mean? And there was definite empathy in that moment. And I always say, I love vengeance stories. So I'm very excited for what comes next.
No, but the point I was going to make was they've just killed off the tribe straight away in the next episode. It's so I hope that there's more to that than we've just seen. because that would be
there
a pretty premature way of just ending the whole Tuscan storyline.
Yeah,
Having
you know
them
what?
killed off straight away.
It
It's
was-
like, what is going on?
They didn't show they made it was purposeful to show the chief, right? We saw the chief, but we didn't see the female, and I think that's purposeful. So that tells me that some of them survived, and Boma. Because think about it, what was it, 5 to 7 years gap between when we saw him in Mando, right? It was like 5 years ish, So in that 5 years, he had to have been living in the desert until he got his armor back. So I think some of them survived, and we'll see the tale of vengeance with whoever was left over.
So is the Mandalorian 5 years after Return of the Jedi?
Yeah,
5 to 7, I thought, right?
Yeah,
is that right?
like
Okay, so
5 to 10
yeah,
years.
because the show takes place after the Mandalorian, but we see him come out of the pit of Sarlacc, and I'm guessing that's
Before.
almost within a day or two of him being in there.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
when
so
we're
it's like-
seeing him with the Tusken Raiders, that's
How long
5 to
is-
7
years?
before
7
Mando.
How long
years.
has he been with the Tuscans? Yeah, you presume
Yeah.
that's a long period of time.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's great. It when they first announced Boba Fett, I thought it would be like a bounty of the week show, just him being a badass doing something like that. And this is so much better.
I think
it reminds me of what my mom always said to me growing up: don't plan your joys. Like
I just-
experience things without planning out what you're going to enjoy about them first, and then just whatever the universe gives you, enjoy it.
Yeah, so I will tell you that I didn't give this episode like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. I did give it like an 8.5. And one of the reasons I did that was that whole riding the bantha to town and then riding it back.
yeah, he had a
space
speeder.
killer
He had a
just
speeder bike.
bugged me. Oh my gosh, you know why? Right?
No, but that's he rode the bantha because he's part of the tribe now. He's
I
given
know.
up the speeder bike.
That was naive, though. That was
No,
naive.
I love that.
Well, his tribe got wiped out when he was on the trip, so it was a bad move.
But that
was a
was him.
stupid move.
See, he embraced their way, and then they died like that. So now he carries that guilt because because in his mind, if he was there, he could have prevented it. Like I think this is really gonna. I don't think we've even scratched the surface of this part of the arc of him. I really don't.
I agree.
I really don't. Because think of how merciful he was in all the, like, he is showing that he has learned from this experience. And he keeps saying, I intend to rule with respect. And so I think what happened in the desert and the 5 to 7 subsequent years before he meets Cobb Vanth is this evolution that happened to him.
So I got a question. What action figures are you most looking forward to coming out of what we've seen so far?
Oh, dude. So, hey, by the way, little plug for next Saturday. The topic is we're doing a Boba Fett action figure draft.
Oh, right. Maybe we should save this then.
So we're gonna draft, do a 5-round draft of figures
It's on
from
my
the
title
Boba Fett.
card. The figures that we wanted from the.
Oh, it
Boba
is?
Fett. It's on my. It's on the
Is that what we're
card
doing
of my
today?
show.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Well, that was
You
my
just-
idea for
you
next
just-
week that we were
you
going to
just
do a draft.
pinched it. Are we doing this as a proper as a proper game?
No, I just thought we just like, to me,
Just to
my
talk
number-
about it.
Yeah, just my number
All right.
one.
So next week
Tusken
we'll do
Warrior.
a draft. We'll do a
Tusken
draft.
Warrior.
is this guy right here.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
Tusken
to me,
Warrior as well,
this-
the Warrior Queen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Leaves.
Give me the Queen and the Chief for
Yeah.
sure. Give me whatever. What's that dog? Whatever their dog is, I want that.
Yeah.
Tuscan dog. Give me a Tuscan dog.
Yeah.
Give me a bantha.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the speeder bike girl because she's been, I would think that. Give me the mayor. Give me the, like, how cool, because we don't have an Icthorian, right?
Right.
Like how
I think totally we're gonna get the whole speeder bike gang. I think we're getting the whole.
We're gonna
Vespa
get the
are we getting
speeders. Man.
Vespas?
We're gonna get the speeders. I want the
The next
speeders.
HasLab.
I
The next
want them.
HasLab are gonna be the
I
Vespas.
guarantee you we're getting the Vespa crew, right?
I think we get the female out of the Vespa crew. I think
we get all of them because.
Do you really think? I actually
I
would
don't
like
think
them.
so at
I would
all.
like them, but I don't think.
I
don't
think
know.
that they'll save.
I'm totally
that-
making a video now that HasLab should do a Vespa HasLab.
Yeah.
I think
It's
what
for
we're going to
clickbait.
get is we're going to get all of them, and she's going to be the last one announced, and they'll do like that guy with the eye will come first or whatever.
Really?
that-
I don't think so.
Yeah, I totally think that's the way they're going to play it, and then we do get probably a couple of Tuscans. I bet we get the kid for sure.
Oh, actually, you know who I really want? Jennifer Beals, please.
Yeah.
that one for sure. And then I
Yeah.
think what would be super cool is a Black Series style Bantha.
A Black Series
scale
Bantha.
Bantha I think would be awesome. I mean, we got the Dewbat. We
Yeah.
didn't get a Blurg, but I think
No.
we should be getting one. But I think the Bantha, because they've done it in the other scales,
Yeah.
I think that
I've got the Power of the Force 2 Bantha, which is awesome.
Is that the furry one?
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Yeah.
What's up, Dino?
Hey,
I think the mayor would be a cool figure, man. Like the
head
with like the mouth, and then he's got the microphone on him, and you have soft goods robes that are like velvety, like they did with Asajj Ventress. I think that would be a super cool figure to have.
Well, if they do him, then it makes sense for them to do a hammerhead, doesn't it? You know, a vintage hammerhead.
Yeah.
Cantina, you know, they can reuse the mold.
Yep. That would be cool.
88. Oh, that's a good shout from Eric. 88 would be cool.
Yeah,
Torture Droid.
Oh, dude! By the way, the guy that does the 88 is the same as one of the guys from What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay, so here's also my prediction. We get the Boba Fett in the white jumpsuit when he's a prisoner. We get the Boba Fett in the Bantha tank.
Naked Boba in his boxers.
Dude, but be honest, if they did a 6-figure wave and it was all different Boba Fett figures, they would sell out within 8 seconds.
Yeah.
All of them would. Right?
I mean, yeah. And I mean, because they haven't put out enough Boba Fett's yet. So we need every version of Boba Fett we can get. And then I guarantee you, whatever they do, one of the figures is that guy who's sitting in the mayor's office at the computer with the long hair.
Yeah.
from Wayne's World.
Computer says no.
I want a Bowman monk
to do a video with that guy.
Oh my gosh.
I want a Bowman monk. You know, the spider monks with their brains in the bowls.
Oh yeah.
That would be really cool.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
They released really those one time, right? With
and we got to have the Gamorrean twins.
Yes,
yeah, but that's the thing. They could package those either way because they were in the Mandalorian in the ring fighting, so they could like come out with that figure and then release it 4 times.
Yeah,
they could do a total like Mandalorian box, and they could do Book of Boba Fett box.
They've already got the Gamorrean sculpt, so they just have a different paint happen and give him less clothing, and you know, there you got a repack, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I think they would have to they're going to have to change the color a little bit, and where they slim them down, because these guys don't look.
They do look slimmer, yeah.
Yeah. They would slim them out a little bit. But
what about the mayor's assistant? I forgot his name. He'd be a cool figure.
He would totally be a figure too.
And then
we're gonna get a reception desk diorama.
No, half of the reception desk.
So when we get what are those? They're the Pikes, right? The fish guys, the guy that he comes to get the money from.
Yeah.
If we get that character, they could package him with 3 cups.
Yeah, Max Rebo's back, so we could have a 6-inch Max Rebo.
Yes, give us the Max Rebo band. That would be cool. That would be very. Oh, and then we could have the Pike leader with a removable mask. That would be really cool too.
Yeah.
And then you could have a Pike foot soldier. So join us next week because we're going to do a draft of Boba Fett.
Because we were going to do it today, but since he's preemptively taking it for next week, we're just doing our informal one.
Where's your spreadsheet, Vern? Where's your spreadsheet?
Well, I made a spreadsheet, but you know what? We're kind of running close to 6, and I have to end the show like at 6.
Ooh, it's a hard stop.
Yeah,
I got company and ordered some pizza.
Well, this is what happened. I used to not. So
pizza.
So what happened this year is like.
What pizza you having? What pizza you having?
Bacon and pineapple, cheese and pepperoni, and also a sausage.
How many pizzas are you having?
Actually, only 2 large ones, but they're like split, on both sides.
Oh, that's a good plan. Yeah.
Stop! I'm clarifying. We're getting pizza. We're getting pizza.
I haven't had pizza in a long time. Maybe I'm having pizza.
Papa John's, controversial today.
Papa John's. Ooh.
I've been going to Round Table lately. like the last
Ooh,
couple of times.
Round Table is good in California. It's horrible here for some reason.
I'm gonna go back to the chat here for a second because Eric once said Star Wars DMV playset.
Then we'll know about the Vespas.
Let's see. I want one of those guys who carries the twins. Yeah. Can you imagine a platform, all the dudes
yeah.
carrying the twins
Oh,
and
that'd
the
be
twins
awesome.
on it?
Yeah, that's another thing people were upset about. They're like,
3 cups.
you know,
and a
how do they
monkey lizard.
carry those all the way to Jabba's palace and then back? But really, we don't know how far away Jabba's palace is from the city. It
Okay,
could literally be right around the corner.
I'd like to say something about those guys carrying the twins, right? And then Danny Trejo comes up on a hover machine carrying the Rancor. I'm like, they couldn't put some hover engines on that.
They were probably laughing while they filmed that.
It's purposeful. But it's purposeful. The Huts want to like
show their power.
Yeah, man. It's a show of cruelty and power. It's purposeful.
Pineapple pizza. That's true. It is purposeful because they asked Boba Fett, right? Where was his when he showed up? Because he walked,
and he's like, I walk on my own 2 feet, right? So that I think, yeah.
Because he can't go around shooting people like crazy in that city with that amount of people. Like again, if you remember where they're zoomed up and you see the entire city, he can't act like some crazy gangster.
So are the business owners going to be like turned against him since he underpaid the water guy and then hired those kids? You know what I mean?
Potentially,
does that set off a bad feeling with the business owners, and then they really don't want him to be the daimyo or whatever? And I don't know. The pike fishy guy. Yeah, you talking about pizza and him saying the pike fishy guy, I'm thinking, do you get anchovies on your pizza? Because if you do, you could be thinking about that you're eating one of those pikes.
Oh, I'm going to order a pizza. So
are they delivering this late over there?
Isn't it like 1 in the morning?
I'm going to find out.
My wife picked mine up.
What do you reckon the odds are?
I don't think so in the UK.
Or nay?
Because pubs closed at 11 when I lived there.
Free restaurants open.
Pubs.
Free restaurants open. Shakey's,
Order now.
Pizza Milano, or Chicago's Pizza.
Oh, wow.
Chicago's. Go
Chicago's.
Oh, Giordano's is my favorite, but Lou Malnati's is great. Gino's is great.
Everybody's going to be having pizza. This is going back to that.
Is it wrong to order pizza at 2 a.m?
No,
absolutely not.
If that's wrong, I don't want to be right.
And then not only that, you can have it for breakfast or lunch tomorrow too.
I actually think pizza tastes better after midnight.
It's actually Friday night, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I like microwave on
Saturday for 30 seconds.
Can you guys get a doner kebab pizza in America?
What is that?
No, I miss kebabs though.
Do you
they put kebabs on the pizza?
Man,
jalapeno poppers. Yeah. You know what we could do sometime?
This is like our first show.
We could do a food draft one night.
Where
we draft like appetizers and food, like mozzarella sticks and pizza, and that would be a fun episode one night.
In the air fryer.
That would be really, really hilarious.
Oh,
so, did you go to the basketball game?
No, I'm having a rough day with how I'm feeling, so we thought it was best I stayed back and just working all week.
Did they at least win? Did they win?
Actually, the game was delayed 45 minutes, so they just started. So Susan's been sending me pictures of Lily playing, but props to Lily. She was named team captain for the week, and then Maddie, my 16-year-old, passed her driver's license test today. Officially a driver. So big week.
Congratulations to them.
Big week.
Congratulations. The stress begins.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Well, no, she legit. She passed the state's test. She has to pass my test next to drive. I'm not even kidding. Like she has to pass my test in order to be able to drive now. So, but big week for the dudes, girls. But yeah, I like working all week after the trauma of last weekend. I was pretty wiped out and not feeling too great. So we decided to stay home. She's got another game tomorrow, so I'll be rooting for her tomorrow.
Yeah. Ricardo saying taco pizza, and I'm saying, yep, they have one.
Ooh, taco pizza is good. Dude, I am boycotting Taco Bell because they did away with the Mexican pizza.
I know. I love that. That was my favorite.
Mexican pizza has been a staple of my diet since I've been like 10 years old. I was like, literally. Like,
I don't like to admit it because I live in San Diego, but I used to go to Taco Bell for the enchilada.
oh, the enchilada's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Mm,
but like
I'm a huge Taco Bell guy. I love Taco Bell.
I used to
do
eat the
like-
chalupas all the time.
Yeah, I
when
do
they
like
first
the
came out,
enchilada.
and the gorditas or whatever they were. Oh,
Yep.
All right, guys.
yeah, but the Mexican pizza, that's like getting rid of nachos. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What were they
Dude, the
thinking?
Mexican, and the thing is, like, and this is not a joke. There has never been an order I've made at Taco Bell that didn't have a Mexican pizza in it. So now that they've
Yeah.
done away with it, I'm out. I'm boycotting them.
Yeah, I haven't been in a long time, and it's probably because
Yeah,
of that.
they're. He's like, have you seen the knuckleheads are giving licenses to? Yeah, they're all driving on the freeways out here in California.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay, I've ordered.
don't forget to subscribe to all of our channels,
What'd
especially
you
so
order?
you won't miss an episode of 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard.
Yeah.
And you can follow us all on Twitter or Instagram. And I'm sure a couple of you guys have Facebook, right? I don't, but
I
I'm sure
don't
some of you
anymore.
do.
Well, I'm out there.
off
You can find
Facebook.
me,
Yeah.
but I don't log in.
And don't forget, our show is available as a podcast right here on YouTube and is available Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Spotify, pretty much anywhere. And please help us out by going and leaving us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast. You can move up in the ranks as a, I guess, Star Wars podcast group.
That's right.
Yeah.
Damn right.
And where are we next week? We're on the Dude's channel, right?
My
Yeah, on
channel. And
Saturday.
so topic next week is we are going to do Book of Boba Fett action figure draft. And our
Even though on my card for tonight's show it said Book of Boba Fett action figure.
But did it say draft?
It will.
I better screen grab it quick before it changes. So, and then we have cool guests, Nate and Justin from Out of the Basement next week. So our buddies from Out of the Basement will be hanging out with us doing the Book of Boba Fett action figure draft.
Yeah. And then the following week, we've got Can't Kill Chewie. I'm sure you guys have seen his videos.
What?
That's going to be a lot of fun.
I don't know who that is, but cool.
No, you need to watch one of his videos then.
Well,
They're
Can't
really
Kill
highly
Chewie.
edited.
Oh,
he always
man.
does like top 10 most expensive figures and stuff like that.
Oh,
Cool
cool.
channel. Cool
but
channel.
I've
it
never
is
heard of
a
it,
good
man.
channel.
That's cool. I'm excited to
Yeah,
check out
cool
check out
channel.
a new channel.
Yeah, I may just skip next week and wait for the following week.
Nah, I was hoping we could get it all together, even Out of the Basement. Maybe they'll do it 2 week in a row with us.
Wow.
Because I think it'd be a lot of fun.
That's hurtful, man. I'm coming. I told I'm probably coming out to Los Angeles in October. I told Vern, but that's hurtful, man.
Oh yeah.
Salacious has Mike Cass on Monkey Lizard
The
Hangout
following week.
Monday.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This
Monkey
Monday
Lizard
coming
hanging
up.
out.
Check
Wasn't he
it
on
out.
last week?
Mike Cass? No.
Yeah.
I had usual Mike on last week.
Okay.
All right, I got some stuff in the afternoon tomorrow, but normally, like, I would try to do something every other Saturday. So if I can make it back in time, I may pop in a surprise stream in the middle of the day tomorrow. So we'll see. That's tentative. But we really appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight and sharing your points of view. We really appreciate it. We love having all of you. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Make
See
sure you
next
watch
Saturday,
Boba
guys.
Fett.
And watch Peace.
We're back. Dude's Nerdery. Oka Studios. Hey there. Sean Solo 8. Salacious. Rom. Together. We're unstoppable. We are, of course, 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard, bringing out toys to play. That's right, 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard, bringing out toys to play. 3 Men and